The following is a presentation of Project Independence and WCWP. Project Independence is the Aging in Place initiative of the town of North Hempstead.
Welcome to Project Independence and You.
Good morning and welcome to Community Talk Radio. This is Project Independence and You on LIU Public Radio. I'm your host and producer, Kristina Liu, along with my co-hosts Otto Los and Paula Ewell. Paula and I work together at Town of North Hempstead Services for the Aging, where she's the Deputy Commissioner and I'm the Director of Senior Citizen Affairs. And of course, Otto, volunteer, supporter, friend, PIs, maybe number one member, but don't tell anyone. And now, pickleball guru, we will say he's going to give Frank, our guest, a run for his money. But I'm speeding ahead. Today we have Frank Milillo, who's the pickleball professional and founder of Long Island Pickleball Pros. And we're talking all about paddles up, all about pickleball. And you might have seen Frank at Fun Day Monday. And he's just going to give us all things pickleball. And we've been hyping this segment up for quite some time.
You should.
We've been really talking about it. We somehow keep going into pickleball conference. And Otto made it his mission to try out pickleball before you came on. And he did it because you get the gold star. The gold star.
And you survived.
He survived. Well, Frank, thank you for joining us. And I'm so excited to learn all about this. I mean, I was saying, I've heard about pickleball for so many years now. I remember seeing an article and a senior bringing it into us many years ago. And we're like, oh, this is so interesting. And now, I can't go into a store without seeing pickleball merchandise. Right. Which really gets me going because I'm like, oh my God, what are all these little things to buy?
Get into pickleball just for the fashion.
I mean, I would. It wouldn't be the first time, Otto, that I've, done something for that. But let's say, for anyone who's listening, what is pickleball?
So pickleball was a sport that was invented in 1965 in the state of Washington in Bainbridge Island. So father comes home and to Bainbridge Island, the vacation area, and the kids say, we're really bored here. And so the dad said, I'll change that. I'll fix that for you. He goes into the garage, he gets a badminton net, cuts it down, strings it across the driveway, and the driveway's still there. The house is still there. Wow. He cuts it down. He makes the net 34 inches in the middle, 36 on the ends. Tennis is 36 in the middle, 38 on the ends. Okay. From there, he gets a paddle, and they started making them out of plywood, and he got a wiffle ball. And he set up the dimensions of the court almost like a tennis court where you have a sideline, baseline, center line. But he added the no volley zone, the kitchen. They call it the kitchen. Right?
Yes, I do know that term. I was going to throw that around later, the kitchen term. I have heard that, yeah.
So the kitchen is where you can't step in and hit the ball in the air. So from 1965, fast forward to now, it's the fastest growing sport in the U.S.
And it all came from a dad just trying to entertain his kids,
One of
really
the
motivator.
Yeah. It's like, what do I have around this house? Grab a wiffle ball.
Kids on vacation.
One of the inventors was a congressman for 35 years, Noah Pritchard. Oh. So you're going to ask me where the word pickleball came from?
There we go. Good. That was my next.
Parlay right into that. So it's not the dog was named Pickles. It's not because they like pickles on their sandwich. It's not because they had green paddles. Pickleball came from the term the pickleball boat because one of the founders was a big rower, mm-hmm. And they would have these races, and people who didn't bring their own boat, they had a boat for people who had no boat. They'd go into the pickle boat, and so that's how they termed it pickleball. Because it's a sport that you all participate in and play. Oh. So that's where it came from. Yep.
Wow.
Now the scoring in pickleball, what I'm hearing, singles is difficult, and doubles for most people who are a little older are better off. And I learned that, but we'll get into that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. Yes.
So basically, how does it work? We're playing pickleball, Kristina and I against you and Paula. And
good. I'm on the right line.
That's great. I love that.
And you have paddles.
Right.
All right.
Paddles. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So how do we start?
Not rackets, paddles.
Paddles. Correct. And I always correct people.
I'm learning everything today, so I'm paying close attention to.
Well, I used to play paddle ball.
Right.
I played racquetball. I played punch ball. I played stick ball. I played any kind of
snoot ball.
Anything involving a ball, I was there.
Flat ball, box. If I had a ball, I played.
Right. Sure.
Right. And I never played pickleball until this week, which we'll get into.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But now we got this match going on.
Right.
Kristina and I against you two. All right. How do we start the game?
So the game starts where the serving team stays back, right? So they're serving.
you're the
So,
serving
yeah,
team.
serving team. So we both stay back by the baseline.
Right.
Now the receiving team, the person I'm serving to, stays over by the baseline where the other partner stays up by the no volley zone or by the kitchen. So it's kind of staggered on the receiving side. On the serving side, we both have to stay back, and for a good reason. When I serve the ball bounces into their box, and when they return it, the serving team, other partner, and myself has to wait for it to bounce first. So they call it the 2 bounce rule. I serve it, it bounces on your side. You return it, it bounces on our side before the point can actually start. So that's why there's an advantage for the receiving team to have one person back and one person up, because that person who's all the way up at the kitchen line or the no volley zone line will never have a chance to hit the ball in the second bounce. But the serving team has to stay back and make sure it bounces a second time.
Right, and you have to hit the serve underhand, I understand.
Correct.
In other words, like, contrary to tennis, which is overhand,
Right.
and you can hit it like a bullet, pickleball's not like that. You're serving underhand, and you have to hit it in the box, right?
Correct.
Which I think would make it much easier, for somebody to hit the box.
Right.
Because I did play tennis, and serving in tennis is a skill unto itself.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
It's not as easy as it looks to get it in that box.
Right.
Whereas pickleball, to my perspective,
Sure.
is a lot easier. Like, for Paula, could get it in the box. All right. Paula. But when it comes to serving in tennis, Paula might have a problem getting it in the box.
It could take her months. It could take her months to get the serving in tennis. Absolutely.
Right.
Tennis is it's infinitely more difficult to play than pickleball.
I played that, and I do know the difficulty of tennis.
Right. Sure.
Okay. So
You're
now,
right, though. So the paddle has to be below your waist when you hit the ball. If
Right.
you're hitting it out of your hand, it has to be below your waist, and the paddle literally has to be below your wrist, so you can't kind of flick it like that.
right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we play, and the serving team can get the points, kind of looks like tennis.
Right. So you only get points on your serve, and you have 2 serves. I serve, and then my partner serves. If both of us lose our serves, then it goes to the other team, and they get 2 serves.
Do you stay on the same side? Like, Paul is there, you're there. Do you stay there, or when you serve, do you switch?
So when you win the point, great questions. When you win the point, when you win your serve, if I'm serving and I win the point, I switch sides.
After every point?
After every point, you switch sides.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sides of where you're at or sides across
No,
the net?
sides of where you're at. So if I'm
Okay.
Yeah,
serving
in other
from
words,
the
you're
right
here,
side,
like-
I win the
Okay,
point.
that's what I,
Yes.
yeah,
I serve from the left side.
okay, got it.
Then I go that way.
Right.
And then the receiving team, I guess your follow-up question would be the receiving team, then they go back. So if they're up front by the kitchen, now they go back to receive the serve when I'm serving on the left side.
Okay.
Now, here's a view of mine anyhow. I did go this week. First time in my life I played pickleball. All right. My 2 grandsons, who I told them I'd mention their name,
Right.
Nick and Dan,
Right.
Shout out to Nick and Dan.
were happy to join me.
Oh, that's
Right.
great. That's great.
And what I learned was, like, we're talking about the kitchen and this and that, it's very hard to visualize on, like, we're going to be on YouTube or whatever.
Sure.
But we don't have a court. And I found out that by being 5 minutes at the court, my grandson, Nick, knew the rules. All right.
Right.
So
Right.
I was able
Kudos to
to
that.
quickly absorb the rules and the ground play of it because I saw it.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to
Right, it
people who
makes
are
sense.
listening to this
Sure.
thing, if
Go
you're
check it out.
if you're confused about what you hear, it's less confusing
Sure.
when you're
That's a great
at the
point.
court. All right. It's simple then.
Correct.
It really is.
Yes.
At different levels of skill, obviously, if you're just starting to play, that's one level. But does it go like intermediate and you're advanced? Is that
Yes.
pickleball?
Yes. And I
Okay.
think Otto has the whole sheet about the skill levels of what you
Thank
play at.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
I
Oh, wow.
see with skills.
Now,
Right
the
on
thing
top of
about
it.
the skill levels that
Sure.
was interesting to me is,
Sure.
as I say, I golf and I bowl. In golf, you get a handicap.
Correct.
In bowling, you get an average.
Right.
So you have something that equalizes you against somebody else.
Sure.
You know, if you get 20 strokes, that maybe you have a chance to beat somebody who's really good.
Right.
I don't see it happening in pickleball. This is more of a self-evaluation rating.
So there's two types of ratings. I'm actually a certified dynamic universal pickleball rating coach. As a coach, I can give someone a special rating, a duper rating, right? So it's now moving into, how do I get a formal rating? But the way the ratings are set up, and it's like you said, it's self-rating. You start out as a beginner, which is 2.5. I'm a little bit different with the way I kind of evaluate players and new people. So you start out as a beginner, you're 2.5. So everybody starts out at 2.5. So as you progress, if you've played 5 times, then you become like a 3.0.
Okay.
It's almost like tennis, like USTA tennis, right? USTA tennis has that rating. You have 3.0, 3.5, 4.0, 4.5. But in pickleball, you have the other digits. They have a 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. So you start as a 2.5, you've played 5 times and already think you're ready to go on a pro tour, then they become a 3.0.
Yeah, right. Well, like at Tully, they have beginner, intermediate, advanced.
Yes, correct.
So they actually have different courts.
Yes,
So,
correct.
So if you're a beginner, you don't want to go down and play with somebody in the advanced category.
You do not want to do that.
No. So, okay, so you try to group yourself basically with people in your category.
Correct. At your level.
Who frankly could stay at that level forever.
And it doesn't matter to them if they understand they want the enjoyment of the game, they'd rather stay at that level. That's the level they want to enjoy playing the game at. That's who they have fun with. That's the people at the same level. That's where the enjoyment comes from.
Yeah, I mean, I hear the term slam, and I have watched pickleball on TV.
Right.
When they get, it's like ping pong.
Sure.
I mean, ping pong can be, when you watch a ping pong match, they're like 25 feet from the table.
Right.
You know? And a pickleball, I think, is getting into that category. In other words, there's a very high level pickleball player.
Right.
And then there's people like when I go to Tully, I walk in Tully a lot, and I walk and I see all kinds of different kinds of people. And I see some of them just kind of poking the ball back and forth.
Sure.
And having a good time.
Yes. Yeah. So pickleball is evolving into a real fast, speed up, hitting the ball pretty hard sport where, they have that term dinking, and dinking is hitting like a drop shot into the no volley zone into the kitchen. That's a dinking sport where you want to get it there and try and get them out of position so you can speed it up. It's starting to evolve now to make it more speed up. Now they're just hitting the ball at each other harder. So the pros are now having to use real fast eye-hand coordination to get that ball back at them. But in the beginning, initially, you learn how to dink, how you come up to the no volley zone, and how to try to evolve to the soft game as opposed to just hitting it hard and hitting it out.
Is the paddle heavy?
No, it's
very light.
Oh,
it's
light. Like a wiffle. The ball is also very light.
Correct. And it's a hard wiffle ball, so it doesn't really flatten out like a tennis ball.
Oh, right.
Well, that's another question area of the equipment needed to play. My grandson brought the paddles, which he bought on Amazon for like $25. These were like beginner paddles, all right? And I can't imagine that I would need more than that at this point in time.
Right, sure.
Maybe I ought to, to lead into a lot of the stuff and I don't know, is my outing, all right? One of my concerns, and the concerns, I think, I'm 89.
Sure.
Right?
Congratulations, by the way.
So
that's great for playing. That's right.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
So, but I do know some people who have been injured playing pickleball.
Correct.
All right?
Me too.
Yeah.
And I could visualize if you were a competitive nature, which I am, and we were playing. Well, and the only thing, because we had 3 of us, so we would kind of take turns playing singles.
Oh,
all right.
Gosh. Oh.
So singles, I learned from my own experience this past Wednesday, is not a good thing for seniors.
No.
All right.
No.
Because there's a lot of lunging,
Going back
and you could easily hit the deck.
Yes.
Right? So I think a very important thing, since our audience is older, is don't think about playing singles.
Right. No. Well, nobody at our age play singles. They really don't. It's not fun. It's not a good sport. It's not a good introduction into the sport because it's very difficult. It's just not fun. Doubles are so far superior in this sport completely. And everybody plays doubles.
Now, what's your view on maybe there are people who shouldn't play, from the fear of injuring themselves or whatever?
Okay.
What do you think?
So I've had a lot of experience about people In fact, when I was doing a adult education, because it was a thing to do, people signed up because they were told to sign up,
Right.
and they were really not equipped to play the game. And then I never saw them come back. They did the first one, and then they never came back. I think what you have to understand is one of the biggest things is, do you have athletic shoes? If you don't have sneakers,
So like, it's
Wow.
like a standard sneaker. It's not like a special sneaker. You can just wear like a
no.
as a regular sneaker.
What I wouldn't wear is I wouldn't wear running shoes because they tend to stick to the surface. You really do need what they call court shoes, tennis shoes.
Tennis
I mean, they sell pickleball shoes, which is
Yeah, not
and
necessary.
Not
Right,
necessary.
right.
You just need court shoes like tennis shoes.
Right.
And running sneakers, you could still play with them. They stick to the surface too much. But what happens is you'll wear them out in about a month. So, yeah, just a standard sneaker, court shoe is what I would recommend. Now, in terms of staying healthy on the court, you have to be kind of active. You have to be able to move your feet. You have to be able to move forward. You need to know how to move back. And I teach people all the time how to move back. Okay. In fact, I do 2 drills, and one drill I do is the side to side, move side to side. And that's sort of like the telltale sign. There's only 4 steps in pickleball: 4 steps to the right, 4 steps to the back, to the left, right? But the most important thing that I teach everybody is when you're going backwards, always pivot and then sidestep back. Do not walk backwards with your front of your chest facing the net and trying to run back that way. And I say this, and I was on Inside Edition on how to keep senior citizens healthy on the court, and I gave the quote, because the 4th step's a kill, the 5th step is death. Because the 4th step, gravity grabs you, and the 5th step you take, you're going to fall back, break your wrists.
Well, on that
That's
note,
right.
we're going to have to take a break.
Okay.
After the break, we will continue talking with Frank Milillo, pickleball professional and founder of Long Island Pickleball Pros, all about pickleball. You're listening to Project Independence and You on LIU Public Radio.
WCWP is your home for great music and great conversation. You'll find all that and more on WCWP.org. Listen live on the web, check out the lineup, subscribe to podcasts, and stay up to date on the latest station events. Get in touch with us and let us know if you like what you're hearing. And find out how you can support or get involved at the only community public radio station serving Nassau's North Shore. Plus, sign up to get a free bumper sticker. It's all online at WCWP.org.
Welcome back to Project Independence and You on LIU Public Radio. I'm your host, Kristina Liu, along with my co-hosts, Paula Ewell and Otto Los, and we're jumping right back in with Frank Milillo, pickleball professional and founder of Long Island Pickleball Pros. It's like I'm really pickleball. I'm hopefully I don't stutter, guys, but I think I'm doing well. So we're learning so much. We're learning everything, the important things, the outfit, the gear. So I mean, pretty much it seems like these court tennis shoes are the way to go. Right?
Say what?
Did you wear court tennis shoes, Otto, when you were playing?
No, I didn't, but I have a question about that. You
Sure.
brought up this court shoes,
Right.
right? Maybe in general, maybe it's not a bad idea for seniors to have court shoes so their feet don't stick to the floor. Because I've heard of people, not like in the last 10 days, a cousin of mine, foot stuck, fell,
Right.
broke a hip on a thing. And maybe if she'd had shoes that didn't stick, she would have been better
You
off.
might just hit our golden nugget of the day.
Well, I never thought about it. I wear sneakers all the time.
But court shoes have a flat surface to them, and they have special rubber where the shoe would normally wear out for tennis. It's a little different for pickleball, but they're flat. They don't stick. They don't have ridges. They don't have like suction.
So they're going to wear out
like
quicker.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
It's interesting.
yeah.
It's interesting to look up because that may be on the list of, people with high risk for falls.
Yeah.
This would be a good recommendation.
Shoes that
Right, we
stick.
could probably find out.
Yeah.
That's good.
I
to
know, frankly, I could get hooked on pickleball.
Oh,
Yeah.
you should.
He was
my-
fearful because he's involved in so much.
Well,
He's like, I'm scared to death.
Grandson took a video of me
Oh, is
playing.
that right?
And
Yes, Otto, what were your
I'm a lucky man. I can still move,
Right, right.
And I've been doing stretching exercises and whatnot for forever,
There was a woman, I think, what was her name? She came to Monday Fun Day. I think she was easily in her late 80s, and she could hit the ball. She couldn't move that well, but she could absolutely hit the ball. Showed up every Monday.
Wow, that's
Every
great.
Monday. It was great to see her there. I was thrilled that she came. And so it really worked out well. Funny story about there was a man who showed up at one of my courts when I was teaching, and I didn't have enough people to play. He was 91 years old. And I said, you know what? It's just me, but I'm having a whole nother group because a few people canceled on me.
Yeah.
And I said, can you come back at 11 o'clock? And he said, I want to call my daughter because she's the one who brought me here. So I called up the daughter and I said, Liz, do me a favor. Can you bring him back at 11 o'clock? Because I'm
Right.
going to have, people playing. So he'll have a good time with the
Right.
people, other people.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So she says, I'll bring him back. But is it okay if I bring my family too? I go, absolutely. And they could play. So at 91 years old, he was moving around he was not really moving around, but he could hit the ball every time. His son was the ball boy. and they brought the wife who's in a wheelchair because she just had a stroke, and the daughter was there watching.
Yeah.
And at that point there, I said to them, I said, I have a new policy now. Anybody over the age of 90 gets free lessons. Because I gave free lessons. It's unbelievable.
Almost there.
Almost there, baby.
But Otto, I will give you free lessons. I'll absolutely go. If you can get me to Tully, if you're there, if you can get me to Tully, I'll give you a free lesson.
I could bring a guest to Tully.
There you go.
Oh, great.
Frank. I have the hookup now
There
in
you
Tully
go.
Park.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to do
Look
that.
at you.
I know.
Yeah. I have a question.
Well, I mean, I'm serious about this. I think that you guys,
I don't want us to
Sure.
play
You ought to
for sure.
play-
That's
You
the
should.
question.
we ought to play sometime over at Clinton Martin Park. They have,
Yes.
do you need to be a resident there?
You
Yeah.
need to, yeah.
Do they have a guard?
We can't even walk to the pool area.
Yes, we're right.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, the pool is
We
different,
can't
but in the
go-
back,
Yeah. We're not
Yeah.
residents.
so they check.
You'd have to make us your guest.
I would
Yeah.
doubt
'Cause I
that
just-
there's checking going on.
I just
but-
played in Mineola this past week
But I don't know
at
the
Wilson
It
Park.
depends on how busy things are. Like if things aren't that
People
Yeah,
are
much.
the
there's
So-
nobody there.
But you just have to
Yeah,
make us
I
your
don't
guest
really
at
know.
Tully Park.
Yeah.
But I could see you ladies all starting a little something.
We should all do the
Like it.
Tully. I'll give you all a free lesson at Tully.
All right. There we
Oh
go.
Yeah.
boy. Well, that's part of my question. So, my very good friend had fractured two things playing pickleball.
Sure,
So, and as soon as she finished her rehab, she went right back to pickleball.
of course.
So I guess she's 68, I'm gonna
Right.
say. And at first she was like, you should come play, we should try it. And I'm definitely in the area of high risk for falling,
Sure.
of fracturing.
Right. Of
So
course.
I'm very concerned
Yeah.
about starting something
No, that's a
that
great point, right?
it's a, because should I even try is how it's the question. How do you figure out if it's safe to even try to play?
So I can't figure it out for you.
Right.
But once you get on the court and you start moving around, people kind of self-evaluate themselves on how healthy and how confident they are going to be on the court.
Okay.
If you move your feet and if you stay within yourself, if you play within your level and with your ability, you'll be safe. I mean, I
Okay.
play every day. I don't see anybody taking major falls and
Yeah, but I
anybody
think
moving.
you hit like the nail on the head,
Yeah.
with these different, ratings that we talked about. I think it is important because, and you want to enjoy it and you want to be
Right.
safe, to stay in your,
Well,
self.
to follow up
category,
on
right?
that, the way I approached it this past Wednesday with
Sure.
my two grandsons is we did not really play a game.
Right.
We just went out there and
You got used to
touched
the,
around. I hit the ball, they would hit, we would have two of us on the court playing singles
Right, sure.
back and forth. So I think if you do it in a non-competitive environment
Right.
and you're just there to hit the
Right,
ball back and forth,
yeah.
you're going to get a feel for,
Mhm.
can you do this without killing yourself? Right.
That's correct.
I think that's a great slogan there, Otto.
But I definitely, I could see where people do get addicted. I could get addicted.
Oh, no, it's an addiction.
Yeah,
It absolutely is
I
addiction.
mean, I'm addicted to golf.
Right. Yeah. Well, I was addicted to golf. I don't play golf. I don't play tennis anymore. The reason why I don't play tennis is because I got injured, and that's what kicked
Right.
off.
Well, that's,
tennis.
that's what actually made me want to, this segues into it because I want to how did you actually get involved in pickleball?
So I used to play tennis every weekend with the same group of guys in Peconic because we rented a house in Southold for 30 years, and there was these same guys that would come down and play. So much so that I got my son to play. We got to play together. And my friend said to me, "Hey, Frank, you see that pile of dirt over there? They're building pickleball courts." And I had no idea what pickleball was. So the next year, there's 3 pickleball courts. And he goes, "You should go over there and try and play." So I started playing tennis for an hour and a half, and I went over to pickleball courts and played pickleball. And as someone had said to me, he was a close, dear friend of mine, a pickleball friend of mine, he said, "Frank, there's no strings on the paddle, and there's no bounce on the ball," because it took me about 7 or 8 minutes to kind of transition. So from that time on, the following year, installed 3 more new courts. And then he said, you should become a pickleball ambassador. And I'm like, what's that? He goes, you go to your town and you promote pickleball. So that's what I did. I became a pickleball ambassador in Rockville Center. The first thing I did was I went to Mayor Murray in Rockville Center. And I said, Mayor, we need to put in pickleball here. So he goes, what's that? So I said, I brought him over to where I thought might be a good spot. It was like these handball courts on Sunrise Highway. He goes, no, I don't know if this is going to work here. I said, okay, I'm going to bring you to Hempstead Lake State Park. They just put in brand new pickleball courts, right? Yeah. So I brought him there. I hit the ball to him a few times. He goes, next time we play, I'm going to kick your ass, right? From that time on, he said, call up Karen Polito at Rockville Center Recreation. See if you have room to put pickleball courts there inside, right? I called up. She goes, Frank, I'm completely slammed. I have no space for you. I have nothing available to you. I can't even fit you in.
Right.
COVID hits. Pickleball is the only thing you can play indoor. So finally now I have a few spots in Rockville Center Recreation, in the recreation center, to have people play pickleball. Wow. And so that's how it started through that. Yeah. And so I give credit to Mayor Murray and Karen Polito for helping out. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That ball, all right. The other thing I learned is that there are different balls. There's an indoor ball, an outdoor ball, a hybrid ball.
Wow. Correct. There is.
Yeah,
that
what's
is
the
correct.
Story on that.
So, so here's how the game evolved. Right. It first started playing when you're playing on inside courts on gym floors, the wooden floors. They had a ball which had bigger holes, same size but bigger holes. It was a slower ball. It was softer, and so they called that the inside ball. And then when they started putting in more courts outdoors, and now you're playing on tennis courts, and now you're playing on an outdoor surface, they had a harder ball with more holes, but they're smaller, so the wind doesn't catch it. So you have an indoor ball and an outdoor ball.
So the indoor ball is smaller than the outdoor ball?
No, it's the same size.
But the holes are bigger.
But the holes are bigger.
That's the only difference.
That's the only difference. And it's a little bit softer.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you this. There was a funny video where they were playing inside, indoor, and a guy holds up the ball and goes, okay, who brought the indoor ball? And someone said, I did. He takes and he steps on it. He throws it and goes, nobody wants to play with indoor balls indoor anymore because it's a different type of game. So if you're used to playing outdoors, you want to play with an indoor ball indoor. I taught these people on Thursdays. I have a learn and play, and we only play with indoor ball. In fact, someone brought an outdoor. We only play with outdoor ball. Someone had an indoor ball, and I go, okay, who brought that? Give me a favor. Put that in your bag.
Now, but is there a color difference? Like my grandson put a yellow ball and an orange. I think it was orange.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's just a preference. Yeah.
Oh, it has
yellow,
nothing
you
to
have
do with
green,
indoor or
you have
out.
orange, you have pink. I like pink balls.
But it has nothing to do with indoor or outdoor.
Nothing.
Right.
It really doesn't. I
just
like
goes with your outfit, Otto. What goes with your pickleball?
Well, I mean, I'm
that's what
going
you
to
choose
buy.
for the day.
I'm going to buy something.
Yeah,
So if you're gonna buy-
that's fine. You are my friend. For that
you want to
reason
buy,
right
you want to buy Franklin X40 balls. Those are the outdoor balls. They're the Franklin balls, and that's what everybody
Outdoor
uses.
Franklin.
Franklin X40
Franklin
balls.
X40 balls is what everybody.
All right, everyone, listeners, you heard it. Write it down. Get your pens.
And what about a beginner's paddle?
So,
I mean, I saw that on Amazon. There's like 800 different kinds of paddles.
so
$180 paddle and a $25 paddle.
So there's a couple of things about buying paddles on Amazon. It's sort of like one of my things that I'm like, when you buy a paddle, okay, you're going to pay $15, $20, $30, $40 for a paddle. Make sure it's not metal because they sell Franklin metal paddles that weigh a ton. They're so heavy.
Or composite.
Composite's fine, but to me, if you get with what you pay for. A few people, I do a learn and play in Rockville Center Recreation, and some of them came with the Amazon paddles. And if they're going to play and want to play at this level that I'm bringing them up to, you have to get a better paddle. You can't play with that paddle. I'm not saying not to buy the $30 or $40 paddle, but what happens is you're going to outgrow that quickly because all that is a piece of wood.
So
What's the average cost of a good paddle?
Yeah, right.
So I sell Warrior. I sell Diadem paddles. Paddles can go from a decent paddle can be anywhere from $60 to $80. They have now $320 and $340 paddles.
That's how popular the sport's become.
You should jump right into that.
Right? Yeah, 300.
Go big or go home.
Right, exactly. And there's always the expression because people ask me about paddles all the time, and I basically play with the same paddle. There's only 1 or 2 brands that's like a game changer, the paddle. However, though, it's never the arrow, it's always the Indian. A good plumber never blames his tools. You got to be good at what you do. So it doesn't matter what kind of paddle you play with, but there is a difference when you get to a certain level.
Yeah. I'm not so worried about the level.
It's sort of like golf, all right?
Right.
If I bought every golf club that says I could get 100 more yards on my tee shots, I'd be hitting 600-yard drives now. There's a lot of marketing involved.
Oh my gosh. And they go from like 60, 80. They have $100 paddles, 120, 180, 200, 220. It just goes on and on and on.
Well,
it really just goes on and on.
Right.
Well,
So-
and what probably I was thinking too, because with like a tennis racket, you always got the strings, get it. But at least with like a pickleball, there's not like
It's not a lot
strings
of
involved,
upkeep.
right?
Right.
Yeah. So that to me
That's
seems
good
like, a cost-effective solution there.
So to that point, see, so a couple of things about pickleball. So I said it was the fastest growing sport in the U.S. It was fastest growing sport in the U.S. for a number of different reasons. And COVID really jump-started the whole thing. But there's a number of reasons. One, it's an easy game to play, an easy game to learn, right, Otto? I mean, you can learn the game, okay?
Yeah, I mean,
it's an easy game to get good at. And if you're competitive, it is off the charts competitive. And then the next thing, the most important part of the whole pickleball experience is the social part of it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
extremely social. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
Because Andre Agassi said he's going to die with a paddle in his hand.
Yeah.
He's a Grand Slam major winner. He's
Right.
won all the majors, right?
Yeah.
So he said, and there's an interview of him, and he said, the one thing about pickleball is that it's a sport where he never thought he'd make new friends. He goes, I'm 55, 60
Where am I
years
going to
old.
find someone else to play with?
Where am I going to find new friends? How
Right.
am I going to find new friends?
Right.
With pickleball, I have pickleball friends that I see at the restaurants.
Right.
I see people, I play with them. They're so much fun to play with. Now I'm making a whole new group of friends
Right.
that I never thought I'd be able to do at my age,
Right.
and which is absolutely true.
That's
I see
huge.
that up at Tully, and I don't know, frankly, like if you just show up at a place.
They do have pickup paddle.
Well-
There is pickup pickleball, isn't there?
So I will tell you this. That's the most important part of this game, and that is you can go to any public park, and if you have the body to be able to go up and say, listen, where do the beginners play? You can play at any public park so long as you play within your level. I can go to Merrick every single day, and today I didn't get a chance to do that, but I can go to Merrick every day and play pickleball there because it's the same people all playing at the same level. And what they do is they call a thing called paddle up, or they have a stacking paddles. They play 4 on, 4 off. Baldwin plays a little bit different, but you can go to Baldwin and play. Just walk up there and say, listen, I'm a certain level. I'd like to play in, and they'll let you play in because that's the way it is. That it's a game that you just join with other people who are playing.
So you don't have to have a set group you have to have 4 people to show
Like
up.
tennis,
At 4.
Like tennis, you need to go
Yeah.
with
For the
singles,
singles,
and you need to
right.
go with doubles.
Right.
Pickleball is,
That's
and the
so
cost
nice.
the cost of entry is just a paddle. So you can buy a $20
Yeah.
paddle and go play. But they will look at that paddle though.
Yeah.
So, like,
You'll get a
you take
judgment on your paddle.
But I know you can
Paddle
go,
snob.
go
By Amazon paddle.
Right.
I'm
Wow.
at work.
It'll work for about
couple
3
I
hours.
work on Wednesday.
We'll bedazzle it.
Go ahead.
We'll bedazzle your
So,
paddle there.
but you can walk into Tully, Otto, and just say where's the beginner level, and just put your
Where's
paddle
my
down,
paddle?
Right.
and it'll be the true
That's
tale.
so cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
So you just walk in, and that's the beauty of pickleball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there, you become addicted to pickleball.
Right.
And
Then you
only-
start paying all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Because like if you play indoors, like where I live, there's a big indoor just pickleball facility.
Sure.
And
West
so,
Hampton,
yeah.
Oh,
So
pickleball plus.
yes. So that
My
used to be tennis. I
grandson
live,
plays there.
I don't live right by there anymore. I still live in West Hempstead though, but it's just like mobbed
Right.
all weekend. And that's one of the places my friend plays. But what's the expense other than the, what you have to buy, the
Sure,
equipment?
sure.
What if you need to go indoors and play? What's the general cost?
So the general cost of indoor, courts are the cost of renting a court for an hour is about $50 to $60. Somewhere it's $70 an hour to rent a court.
Wow.
Per
And most-
person or?
No,
No.
just the rental of the court. It's like renting a tennis court.
Right.
They'll
Whoever
only
plays-
allow you to have up to 6 people. the funny thing about Hempstead Lake, about Pickleball Plus, was I was renting courts there when it was Hempstead Lake indoor tennis.
Yeah.
And that girl Shirley ran it.
Yeah.
It was raining inside.
I know.
One of the people complained that they were getting bit
So
by.
sort of indoor.
Oh my God, they were complaining that they were getting bit by mosquitoes at Hempstead Lake indoor tennis.
Right.
They had painter's tape and they had electrician's tape for courts, and they had these really rickety old tennis.
That was privately owned?
Yes.
That was a privately,
That was-
yeah.
it was-
And then they
it's-
sold it and it became Pickleball
Plus, right. So Harry bought it, and when
Right.
it first became Pickleball Plus, I at one point rented all the courts one evening and put all my friends in a league on
Oh,
all
fun.
the courts.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
like
looked
that.
at the rental fees, and I looked at the rentals of the court rentals that I had, and I go, wow, that's almost all the courts they had. So I was big there. But yes, it's about $50 to $60 to rent
The
a
hour
court.
for the court. Okay.
Yeah.
That's,
Yep.
that's,
All right.
that's good.
Well, guys, we have to take another break. After the break, we will continue talking with Frank Milillo, pickleball professional, founder of Long Island Pickleball Pros, about all things pickleball. You're listening to Project Independence and You on LIU Public Radio.
Take WCWP with you wherever you go with the WCWP app. Listen live 24/7 to all of our streams, all from one app. Plus, call the studios directly from the app and visit our social media. Download the app through the iOS App Store on Apple devices or the Google Play Store on Android by searching WCWP Radio, or visit WCWP.org for links. The WCWP app, available now on iOS and Android devices.
Welcome back to Project Independence and You on LIU Public Radio. I'm your host, Kristina Liu, along with my co-host, Paula Ewell and Otto Lose, and we're jumping right back in with Frank Milillo, pickleball professional and founder of Long Island Pickleball Pros, about all things pickleball. So, Otto, I know you had some
Well,
questions.
the word Long Island Pickleball Pros, Frank started this.
Correct.
When? Give us a little
Oh,
history.
so I started in October of 2020. I just celebrated my 5th year anniversary.
Congrats.
And I brought a birthday cake to the rec center.
Oh, great.
Well, you know what? I love you already. He's right at my alley, Dad.
Be a birthday cake.
As you should.
Now you-
Thanks, too.
I bring a
Right.
cake for all kinds of anniversaries, Frank. I knew I liked you.
Sure.
Describe, the word pros is in there. Long Island Pickleball Pros.
Right.
Paula, Kristina, and I want to join Long Island Pickleball Pros, but we're not pros.
So I got the name because a friend of mine who helped me start my business knew a guy who had what was it, like Florida Tennis Pros, and I got him to do my website, and he thought, let's use Long Island Pickleball Pros.
Oh, there you go.
So that's how that happened. Now, to join my website, so on my website, I have a clinics page,
Right.
I have a leagues page, I have a vacation page because I'm doing the pickleball passport. I'm doing a vacation to Venice. I have
Oh,
a
my
clothing
God.
page
Venice.
on it. I also have places to play page.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, so I have different tabs for each one of those.
Yeah,
So
And that's Long Island Pickleballpros.com?
correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And I read, and I'll let you do the talking.
Sure.
But you do clinics and lessons and whatnot. How would that work out? Let's say we wanted to go to a beginner's session of some kind.
So on my clinics page, you would register for a clinic on my page.
Right.
And so that would be, there's a sign-up sheet to become, to learn how to play pickleball. Now, when I was working full-time, I can only do clinics, and I had to make it so that it was at a certain hour, at a certain time, and I had to make sure I had X number of people.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing it where you can register for yourself. You can do it during the day. You can do it on Wednesday at 2:00.
Wow.
It's a 90-minute lesson,
Wow.
or as much as you can take, and you
Right.
can book it, and I'll show up as a private lesson. Charge the same price. Doesn't have to be, you don't have to have all your friends come. But I always encourage people. So that's my clinics page. You can sign up on my clinics page. For my leagues page, I actually have a league that's up right now for beginner and advanced beginner, because I started a new location, Sports at Rockville Center. Just installed 2 brand new pickleball courts indoor. Pick up the field. They had a turf field. Now they have 2 pickleball courts there, and they want me to work with them
Wow.
to get people to play pickleball during the day. So what you do is you go onto my website, and under leagues, you
Yeah.
can sign up for that league there in Rockville Center on Maple Avenue.
Okay.
Now you'll also see that I have a number of leagues in the Rockville Center Recreation that are already sold out. So I already sold those out. I start my leagues September, and I just keep them going as much as I can.
Well, give me a picture. Like I'm in a bowling league, all
Right.
right? So we have teams of 3 in this particular league. And do you have a team of 2 or 4? How's that work?
So the word league, and people always ask me about this, is a loosely termed league. What I do is I put 12 people on 2 courts, 4 people playing, 2 people waiting, 4 people playing, 2 people waiting, and they just rotate each other out. We don't keep score. We don't.
So there's no ongoing who's in first place.
No, I don't. That's
like in a bowling league.
Right. That's where pickleball goes to die.
Right.
When you start doing that, I got another thing.
Right.
Right. Yeah. You know what?
Oh, it's competitive, but not in like a bowling league or baseball or whatever.
Like if you don't like competition, like me,
like me, sounds great.
Kristina,
Yeah, my sports.
it's probably good for us. We don't like scores.
Yeah.
Well, I believe that in the pickleball, as compared to others, and this is a very, very limited experience, but the competition part of it is short-lived. Like, in other words, it's not like an ongoing, like I golf with a bunch of people who have handicaps. And, you know, it's a lot of harassment goes on in between.
So much fun. Harassment.
We play for $3. So
right. That's big. Right.
Yeah,
that's the competition part. So I would say the one that keeps you going in pickleball is the competition.
Yeah.
Okay.
As much as the fun is, but competition is just as part of the pickleball addiction, because you always want to get better. You always want to, play against better people. And I always caution people, because people always want to play up. I want to play up.
Yeah.
And so when you play up, here's what happens. As a beginner, you want to play up to advanced beginner. If you're not at that level, well, then you're not going to be able to compete on that court. Your partner is going to be really mad. The other team is going to say, "Why'd you bring him in?" And they can't even get the ball over the net. And, and everybody goes, "I want to play up. I want to play up." You can only play up at a skosh level higher and maybe a little bit lower, but don't try and jump a hole.
And I think, like, safety wise too, as you had said too, you want to enjoy the game. You don't want to hurt yourself your first time in, so.
Well, I think that's probably what you just said. You probably, players who think that way probably gravitate with each other, and those who want to get really into heated competition will gravitate towards each other.
Yep.
And if you're in the one, like you get hooked into a really heated competitive group, you're not going to go there more than once.
Right.
Right. And vice versa. They won't want you in that league if you're in the hot competition.
And they'll be very verbal about that too. I had one guy walk off a court and he lost 11-9. And he said, that person's not at my, and I'm going, first off, you can't walk off a court. And by the way, that is so wrong to what you just did. And he said he was mad at me because I didn't back him. I go, dude, you can't walk off a court.
No,
you can't do that.
No, you finish
but
it
it does
right.
become very competitive.
Now, how long is it usually? Are you usually playing pickleball? Like, is it like for an hour? It can be like anything. Like, like what is like the average, length of time?
So my leagues are about 2 hours.
2 hours.
But you rotate. You're not playing a full 2 hours. I personally, if I'm playing competitive, I can only play maybe 5 or 6 competitive matches, really at a high level. After that, my legs are like rubber.
Yeah.
So 2 hours is pretty much my max without a rest.
And these are mostly 11-point games?
They're all 11 points.
Oh, that's my
They're all
question.
11. You have to win by 2.
So you have, okay.
You have to win by 2. They're all 11-point games. You have to win by 2.
One of the things that I read in your notes that you sent us that I didn't give a whole lot of thought to, one of the big pluses about the game is the court is small. And as a result, the ball is not coming. You don't have to, like, it's about
have to, like, fly.
a little bigger in this room, but you have less territory to cover.
Right.
And you don't have to run like in tennis.
Correct.
You better be in shape to play good tennis.
But there's a difference, though, and I played both. I played tennis and I played pickleball, and I have my Apple Watch, which has a pickleball app on it, right? So it's, when I look at the app and I look at the number of steps I took playing tennis and the number of steps I take playing pickleball, they're about the same. When I look at how many calories, if you even take that into account, you burn the same amount of calories. And I still play a little bit of tennis, and the last time I played, I'm like, wow, this is really slow. We switch, go get the ball, you got to serve. It's just, with pickleball, it's like real fast. It's like you serve, they serve. We serve, you serve, and, it's done.
Well, you said also the volleys are much longer in pickleball than they are in tennis. You go back and forth a lot more, which I think makes it more fun to be blunt about it.
Right. And You know, the whole thing is the points last short. They're shorter points though. They last shorter. They're not as long. In other words, it doesn't take in tennis. You have to wait for the ball to come down. Then you got to start moving to the ball, and then you got to hit the ball. In pickleball, you're not waiting for that ball to come down. That ball's coming at you. And so I always say, expect the ball to come at you. Every ball you hit, expect that ball to come right back at you. That's how I try and get the beginners to be ready to hit the ball. It's going to come back at you fast. The rallies are shorter, but you play more there are more rallies to it.
Yeah.
And it always has to bounce.
No, you can hit volley. You can hit
Only
Just
the
the first time. Yeah.
just on the serve.
on
Correct.
each side, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the thing about I tell all my beginners is blackjack is 21. When you play pickleball, you have to come up to the kitchen. You can't stay back. It's not like you're staggered. One's up, one's back. Both of you all have to move up. And at a certain point, all four of you are at each side at the
really
no
close.
volley zone
Yeah.
at the kitchen line. And so now you're doing like that dinking contest where you're hitting it soft and you're getting into the no volley zone until someone makes a mistake and you hit it up higher than the net and they go, as someone said, then you spike it.
Now that's something
I love that expression. You spike it.
that's something I didn't understand. And like the serves are done.
Right.
All right. And now we're volleying.
Correct.
You're saying that I'm supposed to stand closer to the kitchen
Correct.
than back. Is that
Yeah.
like a rule or is that
is
the strategy or
that's pickleball.
really?
That's pickleball. Yeah.
So you
that's
don't
pickleball.
stay back.
No.
And
Nope.
reason?
Because like in doubles, when you play tennis doubles, you want both of your partners up and control the net. You want to be able to control the net in doubles tennis. And it's the same way in pickleball. Once you're controlling the net, you're controlling the game, the point, and the match.
Right.
So you both want to be up there because you're at a bigger advantage when both of you are up. The one thing I always teach my beginners, advanced beginners, is always hit the ball back to the person who's the deepest on the court. Now, they would say there's the third shot drop where you want to hit the ball into the no volley zone. Everybody's on top of or in tune with that ball coming slow over the net and they're ready to rush for it. But to keep that other person back, hitting it at their feet, then now both of you are at the net. Now you have more of an offensive advantage to now keep them and help them lose the point because now you're both up and that one person's back. You hit it back deep at their feet. And that's the biggest advantage to pickleball. You want to hit it at their feet when they're the deepest.
Yeah, I mean, my view, frankly, in my very short experience, is pickleball is here to stay. I was very involved.
Well, there you go. You heard it.
I was very involved with racquetball.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. When that first hit, and there were these racquetball courts,
Right.
and I liked racquetball, but it had a short life.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, I think pickleball is going to have a long life because of all the things you described.
Yeah.
You know?
So the cost of entry for pickleball is very inexpensive. Yeah. There's no, I mean, as much to my chagrin, there's no like tennis clothes. I like tennis clothes. I like when women wear tennis clothes. I like I wear tennis clothes.
Well, listen, Frank, you might need to start.
Why don't you start a line?
But they don't. But they don't think of it that way.
Right.
They play pickleball. They leave.
Yeah.
Tennis is a whole different.
Yeah.
You know, if you go to the U.S. Open, which I do, and you see people who've probably never played tennis in their life still wear tennis clothes.
Right.
It's
I mean,
pickleball.
let's not point any fingers.
Well, back in my youth, you had to wear white, I think,
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to wear white.
to play tennis.
Yeah.
So I was the pickleball director at the U.S. at the Forest Hills at the West Side Tennis Club where you had to wear white. So I was the director there for about 18 months because the director of rackets invited me to teach them how to play pickleball. And they took that stadium court, which I just saw a concert with Shawn Mendes. And the one thing I looked for was, oh, they still have the pickleball lines on the stadium.
Wow.
Which they painted permanently. So you had to wear white there.
Yeah.
And I was the pickleball director at the Quad Field Club. You had to wear white. I wore yellow sneakers. And one of the members said, you got to change those sneakers.
Wow.
So, yeah. But that's not the case of pickleball. Pickleball is they wear... And
Pickleball just feels like
Wear
it's
what
not
you want to
judgy.
wear.
Yes,
Right,
exactly.
right.
No judgment zone in pickleball.
Why do they call the kitchen the kitchen?
Oh, my question exactly.
I don't know
wrote
that
down.
answer. That's the one answer I don't know. I really don't.
Maybe because the pickles, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Pickles comes from a boat.
Yeah.
Pickleball.
So
Right.
what did the kitchen? What are you cooking?
Stay out of the kitchen. I
kitchen.
guess is more the thing. Stay out of the
Stay
kitchen.
out
I
of the
guess.
kitchen.
Oh, okay.
They should have called the back part the oven.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
So
Where's
now-
the microwave?
The one
you
thing
hit
that's
it in
going
the
I'm just
microwave.
curious
Yeah.
of the term.
the one thing that's going to really surprise you is 80% of the people I teach are women.
That doesn't
80%.
surprise me.
Yeah, I actually, because a lot of it, because we're at Clinton G. Martin Park, our office, and there's a lot of women that, and we'll see, when I'm driving home from work, I see like the pickleball courts all fill, and there is a lot of women.
Yeah. 80% of the people, if I have a list of probably 3,000 names of people who are either in my leagues, who I've taught, I would say 80% of those are women. Now, there's a reason for that because, and I say this, when I see men come to a clinic, I go, you should be congratulating yourself. Because you want to learn something, and you learn something new, and you want to get better at it. Because women are very, very accepting in learning something new, getting out of their comfort zone.
You're right, Frank. What can we say?
And they want to be able to participate.
Yeah, right.
And they want to get better.
Yeah.
Men, it's like I just want to be in the gym.
Right. What you said, I've said many times with the advisory committee meetings at Project Independence. If you think about it, 80% at least of the people who attend those meetings are women. There's like 3 men.
Those are representative.
And I don't get that. I really don't get that. I don't understand it. I really don't. The wives are the wives are there, the men are home. Why?
The wives
Maybe
might just
they
be
need a
leaving
break
them home.
from each other.
Maybe.
But
Maybe this is our time out.
men don't want to be exposed as to doing something they're not good at. They don't
like
that
absolutely.
They're uncomfortable with that.
Maybe
They don't have to learn
That's
how to
very
pick up
true.
a barbell and just curl, right?
to me, that's boring.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's a young girl, when I say young, she's probably in her 30s, and I taught her how to play pickleball. And the first time or the second time she was on the court when I was teaching her, I put her in playing because I thought she could handle the level where other people are playing at a higher level. Mm-hmm. And she was there. Her face was completely beet red because of the sun. Because these women are showing up. It's 95 degrees, and they're still coming to play.
Dedicated.
Her face is beet red. She has her paddle up like this, and she says, "This is the first time I had anything competitive in 15 years. I love it."
Wow.
They come to me all the time. These people come to me all the time and say, "Frank, get me another court. Get me another person to play with.
That's
Keep
great.
me playing." Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yep.
No, and I think, in preparing for it too, which I just really loved about pickleball, and you touched upon just all like the benefits, and it benefits all the different parts of your life.
Yes.
It's like the physical, the emotional,
Social,
right.
right.
And just like cognitive, because you're utilizing things, it's so important to maintain that hand-eye coordination, as we've seen, like in aging. So I just think it's so nice, and you're having fun. Like that's my favorite.
Right, exactly.
That's really my favorite kind of thing, because you're more likely to do something that you're having
Like
fun.
after the
See,
game.
now this is a perfect time to say, I'm going to get my grandson's Amazon rackets so you can at least try them.
Oh, I
Okay.
have paddles. If we're going to do it
Paddles,
together, I have paddles.
No, I know it's paddles. Yeah.
Right. But I have
Yeah.
paddles.
It's
I
not
got
rackets, paddles.
more paddles than you know. I got tons
Well,
of paddles.
And
Okay.
just play around.
Okay. Player.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Now,
So you have to buy tennis shoes.
yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
I
It's
mean,
important.
of course.
It's only for safety.
Right, only for safety. It's
Right.
for
Safety, yeah.
So my New Balance sneakers are not.
I do. I have a lot of Adidas that I
Well,
think
these are my court shoes. These are so I'm a head pro. I'm a head sponsored pro, and I'm a diadem sponsor.
If anyone's watching us on YouTube, which I highly recommend, you could really see the bottom of Otto's shoe. So it's really.
Paul's got the perfect shoes on.
We'll have skills on for anyone listening to us on radio.
That was good. You could get your leg up like that.
like way high.
Yeah.
That was really impressive.
You'd be
Stretch.
candidates.
So I will tell you one really amazing story, and that is when I was teaching pickleball, I actually went to the U.S. Open Pickleball Championship in Naples, Florida, which is the pickleball capital of the world.
Oh,
They got
wow.
70
Naples,
pickleball-
Florida,
public
wow.
pickleball courts, and they have one championship court, and I've been there for the last 2 out of 3 years. As a friend of mine described it to me, it's like spring break for adults, and these are 100%.
Oh, I bet. That's
It's 100% right. I had
After.
amazing times there. And I actually brought a group of people to go there because we stayed at a hotel. The hotel had pickleball courts. We went and saw the tournament. We played in pickleball courts around the neighborhood. And the woman came to me that one of those evenings that we were going to go out. She came with her friend. She said, "Listen, we're going to be going out to dinner, and I want to make sure you're ready." She goes, "You changed my life with the sport."
Oh, that's
That's what
great.
she said, changed her life, and she bought a condo in Naples, Florida.
Oh, wow.
To play pickleball.
That's
Oh,
dedicated.
wow.
And on that note, unfortunately, we have finished our interview. But
Wow.
Frank,
Good,
we have learned so much. I'd like to thank our guest today, Frank Milillo, pickleball professional and founder of Long Island Pickle Pros. We've learned so much about pickleball. I hope all of our listeners did. And you're listening to Project Independence and You on LIU Public Radio.